talk about self-talk and just how we can, utilize our own thoughts and then kind of combating them ourselves.
Yeah, no, that's good. And to the Augie Garrido piece, I heard this quote a while back. It's like confidence is the antidote to fear, and it's like that's so true. It's like the thing about this game, and I'll get to the question about like self talk, but the thing about this
Mm-hmm.
game is there's so much uncertainty. Like if you think about it objectively, the game itself, let's just say a 9 inning game has 220 pitches on average. In fact, I think that's the number if I remember correctly from the last time I looked. It's about 220-ish pitches, 250-ish, somewhere around there. It's like you actually never know what's happening on the next pitch. Never. You never know. So like you can either be fearful or confident about what's going to happen on the next pitch, and it's really up to you. And like if you're playing from a place of fear, you're probably going to be, like you said, riddled with anxiety. You're going to be worrying about too much. You're going to be thinking too much. That's an experience that's really common for players. Instead of like attacking it with from a place of confidence, like confidence is the antidote to fear, and that's really it is. And it all depends on how you get yourself ready. On the self-talk piece, it's like I think when it comes to managing your thoughts and managing that time between pitches, like I alluded to a little bit earlier, it's all about being really intentional with your thought process. So when you utilize your self-talk, shoot, plan out, give or take, what you want to say to yourself way ahead of time, so that when you're in the heat of the moment of the game, and like there's runners at second base, it's a tie ball game, and there's 2 outs, and you're stepping into the box, like you're not trying to figure out like, what should I be thinking right now? Because you're not going to be thinking clearly. You're not.
Yeah.
So like if you go ahead of time, like the night before, the 2 days before, and go like, okay, I'm going to visualize myself in this situation with a runner at second base and a tie ball game and 2 outs, and I'm stepping into the box. What do I want to be saying to myself in that moment, so that when it happens, it's almost like you get a little grin. You're like, I've already seen myself do this in my mind. And again, like what I just explained there is like the combination of like the self-talk and the visualization of like seeing yourself do it in your head, but also pre-planning and pre-planting that thought ahead of time, that intentional, helpful thought that's going to help your mind work for you, just like I alluded to earlier, so that when you step in the box, you're going to have way more confidence. So just want to pause. It's like understanding that like in that 2 sentence thing I just said, there's self-talk, there's visualization, there's confidence, and there's routines kind of all built into it. So it's really important to understand that it's not like you did your self-talk work and you can check off the mental game. It's like it's constantly working, it's constantly changing. There's like crazy changing dynamic to everything that you're talking about, because our mind is very, very complex. So and again reinforces this idea that whatever we're doing physically, there's always something mentally going on. So you cannot separate the two. So you have to be able to be aware of what's going on mentally while you're doing something physically, and that'll help you just be way more intentional, by pre-planting those self-talk thoughts or visualization images in your mind, so that you can just step in the box or behind the plate or on the mound just way more confident. And that's it's an absolute game changer. But it really boils down to just being really purposeful and intentional about what's going on through the ears. Because if you leave your thoughts to chance, I would bet that your mind is probably going to work against you more so than it's going to work for you. It's just being intentional with it.
If you enjoyed that, be sure to like and subscribe. We'll have a new episode for you every single Tuesday here on our YouTube channel and wherever you listen to podcasts.